Welcome to episode 2 of the Link Building Show. Here I've got Luigi and I've got Mario as well, our two best friends, aka Lee and Miles, who are going to reveal some interesting insights about link building. Let's talk about links. What we want to do with this show is to show people how we build links and how the good links are being built, how we earn the links, and we just want to reveal interesting insights about our inner behind the scenes work. So tell me, Luigi, what's your favorite link building method?
I think link building method, I do really like regional pieces personally. So you can basically, you write a piece and you get regional data and you might end up with like a top 10 or whatever. So it could be like top 10 cities, top 10 states where some data is performing well, and then from those top 10 you can do a big send to all the regional news desks. They might look into it, pick it up from themselves, or you can then go and retitle the pitch, and then you can basically resend to all these regional places, and then they might see their place name or their city name in the headline. They'll be like, oh, that interests us. They'll see, oh, we're top 10 in something, or we're top 1 in something, we're top 5 in something, and then from that they'll hopefully post because it makes them look good.
It's great. And you can also do bottom, right?
You can do bottom as well, yeah.
Which is also like a big leverage there. So
yeah.
Great. How do you compare regional to reactive campaigns?
Well, I've personally had more experience with regional campaigns, but reactives have got to be they've just got to be snappy, fast. They've got to basically report on something that's happening now. There's a limited amount of time you can kind of get the full effect out of them. I think with regionals, they can keep being resent if the data is up to date. They can keep being resent for a long time, a much longer time
for
than
years.
reactives.
Some
of them reactives like months, years for some of them. So they're a really good tool for just kind of getting lots out of data. If you get a big data source, you can get a lot of stories out of them and a lot of regional angles as well, depending on where you get it from.
Amazing. Mario, tell us, what's your favorite link building method?
I think I agree with Luigi here of regional pieces. I find also get very good pickup because when you send like a top 10 list, they usually look through, see, oh, we're in the top 10. That's something for us to talk about, and it's something that's easy to reach out, easy to re-angle, change the title a bit, and it's very quick and easy to do.
And there are lots of publications that usually pick up these stories, right?
Yeah.
Usually it's ego baiting, like, oh, our region is in like top 10. Big news.
Yeah, definitely.
Right. So what's your opinion on reactive campaigns?
Reactive campaigns are very low risk, high reward. They take short amount of time, but if they do well, you feel like you've achieved a month's worth of work sometimes. Awesome. Especially when they go very viral, go to all the regionals, nationals, all over the world. But if it doesn't get pick up, it's only been hour, 2 hours, so
there's no risk, right?
No
you
risk,
can do another one.
Exactly, you do another one the next day, even in the afternoon if you've done one in the morning.
Perfect. That's why I'm a big fan of reactives. Cool. So let's talk about email headlines. What do you think of how important are email headlines, and what is your advice on how to craft a good email headline?
Well, I think when it comes to email headlines, they've got to be not too long, but not too short either. I think they've got to be somewhere in the middle, somewhere where they're showing exactly what the press release is about, but also something that would catch the eye of a journalist in their inbox, something that would make it stand out. For example, there's like kind of good words you can use, like revealed, things like that. You can put like I said, with regionals, for example, you can put like place names and stuff in that, just like buzzwords that would get them to click on them compared to other emails in their inbox and not have them skim past, for example. I think also, especially when you're doing resends, it's good to kind of change the article or the title of the email accordingly. I think you can definitely get a lot out of a press release by just changing a couple of words, because some journalists may have not seen it the first time, or they may see it again, they think, or might click on that now, the title's different, it might kind of lead them to be like, okay, definitely a lot you can get out of this for if you keep changing the titles. So there's a lot of ways you can reword it to attract a journalist's attention, really.
Awesome. Do you ever resend the same pitch to the same journalist with a different headline? Do you think that's working?
Yeah, I think that does definitely work. I think if it's like a good enough press release and you think there's definitely potential, and you send it out first time, it doesn't get the pickup that you expected. Sometimes a reshuffle of the words in the headline can definitely make the difference. Maybe it could have been a word you used was putting people off, but a good change can definitely change how a press release is received, really, completely.
Awesome. So as a last question, Luigi, Lee, what is your proudest campaign, and how many links have you gotten with your proudest campaign? What's your best campaign ever?
I've got over 50 links in total with the Most Instagrammable Beaches campaign. I did a version for the UK, I did a version for all over the world, and I think there's definitely more you can do with that. And that was the one where I basically analysed the hashtags on Instagram of some of the most popular beaches. I compared that to the size, so I kind of
the length, right?
The length of the beaches, and that was kind of a big part in it, the length part, because it kind of differentiated and made it not so much of a popularity contest. So it wouldn't say like the most popular beaches, but it kind of gave an illustration to say these might be the most beautiful once you add that like kind of size angle into it. So
a very different angle, right? Very unique angle.
And then from that, the regional pickup was very good. People just saying that local beaches to them were kind of doing well compared to other UK beaches was a lot for people. It was a good headline to say like, this is the most beautiful beach in the UK, or one of the most beautiful beaches, and especially with the world as well, getting like pickup from national newspapers. So all around Europe, all around South America, all around Asia, just got pickup from that. I saw it on loads of different websites.
Let's do a resend, right?
Okay, yeah, there you go.
This one, let's launch it together. It sounds really good. Cool. Let's talk about data. I know you love doing stuff with data, right? So what's your favorite top 3 data sources for campaigns?
Top 3 data sources. So I would say in general ONS, Google Trends, and the government websites. .gov.uk usually has a lot of good data sets, along with American government has a lot of good websites with very detailed, showing metropolitan areas, counties, states, for multiple years, easy data to gather, and it might look very intimidating, like there's a lot of data, but Excel can sort it all out for you.
Exactly. Awesome. That's great. Tell us your favorite campaign, your proudest campaign, how many links you've got, and what you've done to achieve.
I'd say my favourite campaign was the UK's most popular dog breeds campaign, which got into all the Reach PLCs, so over 30, 40 links, and none below 60 DR, gone to MSM multiple times. And it was just a very simple simple campaign of find all the dog breeds registered, recognised by the British Kennel Club, and just look at the number of searches over the past year.
What tool have you used to identify the search volume?
So for the search volume we used Ahrefs.
Awesome.
So
you've got the dog breeds, put them in Ahrefs. It was a simple research, 10 minutes research, right? After you've identified the dog breed.
Yep.
Awesome. And it landed over like 30 links, right?
Yeah.
How cool that is. Awesome. Thank you very much, Luigi and Mario. It was a pleasure to having you on the Link Building Show. And I hope we gave some insight, and I hope what we talked about helped you or inspired you. And hopefully in the next episode we're going to talk about just as interesting things as now. Thank you very much, and have a good life.